the altar of the Lord. He spread out his hands and said, "Can God indeed dwell with his creatures on earth? Heaven itself, the highest heaven cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built? Yet attend to the prayer and supplication of thy servant, O Lord, that thine eyes may always be upon this house, day and night. This place of which thou didst say, it shall receive my name."
Son! We've been looking for you everywhere.
Why were you looking for me everywhere? Did you not know you would have found me in my father's house?
video shoot. Always first with Southern California's best rock and roll. U2, Bullet the Blue Sky from the latest release, The Joshua Tree. The band's going to be doing a video shoot in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, in downtown Los Angeles?
Yes, there is in case you're just joining us, I'm not making this up. 3:30 today at 7th and Main.
We announced first in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, in downtown Los Angeles?
Yes, there is in case you're just joining us, I'm not making this up. 3:30 today at 7th and Main.
We announced
In case you're just joining us, I'm not making this up. 3:30 today at 7th and Main.
You can't make this stuff up. Watch.
maybe you want to check it out, but use caution if you do go down there, because it is like not one of the most delightful neighborhoods.
I'm going to be there at 3:30. I'm going to go over. I don't care. I can be sucked into this. I'll be in the video. Come on.
Those delightful neighborhoods.
I'm going to be there at 3:30. I'm going to go over. I don't care. I can be sucked into this. I'll be in the video. Come on.
You're talking about a major thoroughfare at 3:30 in the afternoon, okay? What I was explaining to Ben there is we would have to go on what's called a TAC alert to get this problem solved. We're not going to do that.
And U2 today at 7 in Maine.
Is it the final vote?
Just understand, as me and my wife are going to an art museum to show you the writings on the wall to Belshazzar in room 100, flipping Bono upside down, making his hands tied. When I went in, I didn't have a video for the song. This is the video for the very first song that I played when I showed up at the art museum at 3:30. So what I did was, considering the song started, that song started right around after the commercial. So there's Jamie the Wabbit, right there. Here's Jamie the Wabbit. He was caught by what I believe to be a hawk, and it says the hawk is from the desert. Now, it was trampled down and the birds of the air devoured it, September 3rd. September 4th is today. Here's the information. September 4th. That's a rabbit. That is a bird of the air. And he is trampling that thing under its foot as he's standing on top of it. Flying away with Jamie the Wabbit in its claws. Today, that is one incredible hawk. Yesterday, and it was trampled down and the birds of the air devoured it, almost like you know, it was trampled down, devoured it. But this is going to be the whole point of this video here, which is the line in the sand, line drawn, Jesus' hand drawing in it. But first, he was towards the ground, and then I lifted him up like a tree that lifts up. And then Bono's down here. And then as soon as he gets flipped, his hands are tied. But before that, Christ is saying, "Where is everyone?" Like all those who are accusing Mary of committing adultery. This is the scene in the art museum. But first, here's the scene.
Easter with Reese's and Cadbury.
What happened is 40 seconds into the video, that song already started because I did the XApp thing. I was recording my live footage on my wife's birthday in the art museum before I got to room 100 that I even knew I was going to flip Bono upside down. 100% no lying. The song that's playing is just a 17 minutes. It's not even a video. So what I did do is I took the footage from here.
Always first with Southern California's best rock and roll. U2 Bullet the Blue Sky from the latest release, the Joshua Tree. The band's going to be doing a video shoot.
So now she's talking about YouTube, but the video was, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. When was that recorded? I still haven't found what I'm looking for. 1987. YouTube started in 2005.
In downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, in downtown Los Angeles?
Yes, there is a, in case you're just joining us, I'm not making this up, 3:30 today at 7th and Main.
7th and Main, the main 7 churches, to the angel of the 7 churches. This is the main message coming from the victory steps there. You see all the people. You see them all here. He's not making this stuff up. That's what Jonathan Kleck says.
We announced.
In case you're just joining us, I'm not making this up, 3:30 today at 7th and Main.
So 3:30 is the time that I joined in on the XApp and showed you 8 miracles of songs through U2's videos and songs they were playing, whether it was on my section where I was recording them live on the XApp. Everything's combined together. I'm live, but they're pre-recorded. But I didn't even know what they're going to show. I didn't study their videos. I just walked in the art museum with me and my wife on that day. As she pointed out, as like an archaeologist in art museum, the show notes of where the writing on the wall is that Skip Heitzing was talking about. And so in that portion of the video, when you fast forward it, first of all, you got to get to room 100. So I will be with you again. But before that, I mean, I can get lost into all this. I just had to point at his ear. He said New Year's Day, it has a P there, like Philadelphia. And then you see the P here. You have an ear to here. I'm just pointing those things out. And then as he has a double face, here comes Bono's face. First, as he's looking at you, right there, and then looking in the other direction. Because that's exactly what that face right there with the P is doing. He's doing the same thing that Bono's doing, as I'm just recording my video live for the first time in my life, playing his song, and his video matches my footage all the way through. Non-stop in every video. Color scheme, Here's how I can best do it. First, it's this face. I messed up. First, it's this face here. Eyes are in this direction. Eyes are here. Then it's going to be a face in this direction. But first, Bono How similar is that?
Watch.
Maybe you want to check it out, but use caution if you do go down there, because it is like not one of those delightful neighborhoods.
I'm going to be there, 3:30. I'm going to go over. I don't care. I can be sucked into this. I'll be in the video.
Come on.
Those delightful neighborhoods.
I'm going to be there, 3:30.
So this is where it lines up. I start my video at 3:30. 40 seconds in, the song is already in play. So I take it to where first thing is you follow the rabbit, follow the white rabbit. You take it to the point where it's going to line up at.
I'm gonna go over. I don't care. I can be sucked into this. I'll be in the video.
So he's going to be there at 3:30. That's the time I started. He's going to get sucked into this.
Yep.
Come on.
Back in 1987.
You're talking about a major thoroughfare at 3:30 in the afternoon, okay?
Because at 3:30, not sure why it doesn't show it all the way there. Oh, that's why. Noah's Art Museum. You lose, pay me. You lose for me.
Here in Southern California that they were going to be shooting their video here in LA at 7th and Main Street.
7th and Main Street's not one of your more fun neighborhoods.
ROBIN. S. Robbins. HOOD. Is nigh. Robin's Hood is nigh. So let's have fun.
And they'll be shooting on top of a one-story building.
7th Street, the 7th angel, when he begins to sound, the 7th angel is getting ready to blow his trumpet. What did you say, Derek?
And let you know that everybody is safe and everybody is doing well. And also, it's amazing just hearing from everybody today.
7th trumpet.
As I've always
It's about
said,
to blow.
the canned versions of things.
And that was back November 30th, 2018.
All right, so maybe you want to check it out, but use caution if you do go down there because it is like not one of the most delightful neighborhoods.
I'm gonna be there at 3:30. I'm gonna go over. I don't care. I can be sucked into this. I'll be in the video.
Come on.
You're talking about a major thoroughfare at 3:30 in the afternoon, okay? What I was explaining to Ben there is we would have to go on what's called a TAC alert to get this problem solved, and we're not going to do that.
And U2 today at 7th and Main. If you haven't heard about it, you know how hard it is to get U2 tickets.
They are sold out.
Everywhere.
They
sold
went
out.
fast.
How much were those tickets? On 3/2/2023 is when I bought them. The time is for my wife's birthday, March 23rd, 2023, at 3:30 p.m. This is my ID. I'm going into the art museum. I think the tickets were like $20, maybe 30. The year before, I was doing the Noah's Art Museum tour. These are all songs, vertical songs of surrender by U2. U2, Songs of Surrender. Wow. Look what I just seen. 3:30. Songs of Surrender at 3:30 on the X app. You can see here because it's an X recorder. I played 8 random shuffled U2 songs starting at 3:30. I'm going to play. I was there right on time, as you can see. 3:30. Ulu. See how that landed on it? And then 3:30. You can't even make this stuff up. It's now 3:31 in my video. However, I started at 3:30. And that's all that matters. Here's how it all starts off. I push shuffle. I'm playing the song.
This is the final vote.
There's Jamie the Wabbit.
This is the final vote.
It's like Jacob Israel, where he's always saying, hit the like, put the thumbs up. Jamie the Wabbit. Jamie the Wabbit. Jamie the Wabbit. Jamie the Wabbit. Jamie the Wabbit is tied in to Matthew, Basham,
Check
Robin,
these
mainly.
witches' words against the word of God.
Okay, I did. I checked you witches' words against the word of God. And I took a bunch of notes. And so I checked all the words against these witches' words. And what I found was Jamie Showtime at 3:04. 3:04. So this is 3 hours, 3:03 right now, into me being crucified on 3/22/2018. On 3/22/2023, I bought the tickets to go to the art museum. Jamie Wabbit, thumbs up. All the time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings whatsoever at all. So I just call you out for what you are. Truth hurts, don't it? Yeah. See, Jamie. Ooh, Jamie. Huh? What? Jamie the Wabbit? Jamie?
We'll finally know which egg is loved.
We'll finally know which egg is loved the most.
Reese's. Cadbury.
Choose one. If you choose this egg, this egg, this egg, and this egg, and then this egg, and you just flip it upside down. Turn it this way and then flip it in a mirror opposite complete flip mode. It's the same amount of things lit up. The other ones that aren't lit up so much are the other TV screens. So if you start up here and you go opposite, go in reverse, you'll get the three there. But you'll notice that it's a triangle right off the bat. With 30 seconds in. Oh boy, look at all the triangles. Look at all these triangles. Look at the two archways. Which archway are you gonna take, Robin? Which one are you gonna go in? Both of them. What are you gonna do, Robin? What are you gonna do here? And it's blue, purple, light, color scheme with two archways. Just the very beginning of the coincidences that happened for 17 minutes straight. Especially when I go and show you the YouTube videos that didn't play when I was recording it, but the songs themselves continually lined up with the same thing. Non-stop coincidences that Derek Bros had already told everybody there's no such thing. 5 years ago when I started my YouTube, Derek Bros was asked to speak out. What has happened since is a story to be marveled. It is one that can only be designed in purpose. That purpose is why you are seeing this video at this exact moment on September 9th, September 4th, 2023 at 8:25 p.m. Derek Bros wants to tell you that absolutely nothing is coincidence. So I'm going into the art museum. Absolutely nothing's a coincidence. Derek Bros is showing you that. Then the very first thing he shows, May 29th, 2023, that premiered. March 23rd, 2023 is when I went into the art museum. And then I did a numerous amount of videos to line things up. And then Derek finally came out and said, nothing's a coincidence, absolutely nothing. Nothing is a coincidence. There he goes. There I am. There I was on his show. But first, before I was on his show, he commented on my channel. Said I was cracking him up at first, saying the seventh trumpet is about to blow. And when you go to Derek Bros' channel, what it says about him is he's a senior vice president of worldwide business development at Paramount Pictures, which reminds me of the Truman Show, like a producer, director, and I am in it. And so he was a vice president of worldwide business development of Paramount Pictures as he started December 31st, 2017, exactly 9 months after I started my YouTube video, my YouTube channel. And so considering he's a Hollywood producer and I'm a nobody, at least on record this is what's being said, and everybody knows who Derek Bros is regardless.
Like, man,
now we've got in the waiting. We hear you perfect now. We've focused on some other things. You focused on finding Enki and Enlil and Enoch and Elijah and you know, and you've discovered some very realistic things. I'll just tell you.
Yeah. Well, December 14, 2021, I was on his show 12/12/2021. 12/12 is Stephen James Sean's number, along with 202 and 1867 in Gematria. My number is 914, like 3 days after the second 9/11 in Philly coming up. Hopefully, at some point. 3 days later. But I've discovered some very realistic things. Enki, Enlil, Enoch, and Elijah. And then, not only that, but
the last bit of it. All man-made. Every last bit of it.
No question about it.
Skies, weather manipulation was the reason why I was on this channel. It was about seed clouding, seed, Christ coming in a cloud.
And my daughter is calling me here. I'm just gonna show. That's my youngest daughter right there. That's Mia.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment.
Guys.
What I chose was both. I chose to go in that direction and then back to that direction. I went in that direction and still found what I was looking for at the very beginning of the video, because this is what the song, the random shuffle that played, I have no idea what song is going to play. After 36 seconds, it's a live commercial with Jamie the Rabbit.
Celebrate Easter with Reese's Candy.
With the same area showing you the where I'm going to, each direction, with the pyramids and the TVs and the eggs.
Cadbury.
Happy Easter. So that's where the song began at. So I'm showing you these city walls here, but the video is just a regular image. And the regular image lines up with having the blue light color scheme, the tan mountain area, the tan floors. So the TV represents the sky, the ground, the brown and the tan mountains match the this theme of the just me walking in the art museum. What I'm looking for. And then at the end of the video, guess what? Guess what my wife finds? The very image that at the beginning of, but I still haven't found when I'm looking for a video. With the idea is to, you see, you got the line here, and then you have the line there. So it's a line in the middle. She's so happy she found that. She has no idea what she even found. Alright. Line in line. And then you got, what you got is the opening, and then, which is the legs. Now this is Vegas. So Vegas was made in the imagery of the same thing my wife took this year, the image. Vegas, this portion here was made, and it's like a protrusion that comes out, and then the light is down there, like the spark. And then similar imagery is that you have the coming down section and the light, the legs, so these, it's like a wide set of legs. It's like wide. It's coming out of the middle. It's a protrusion that comes out further. It's like the serpent here coming out. See the serpent? It's coming out. It's all about serpentry. Another one here. So my wife found what Bono was looking for at the end of the video, just taking a picture, and then at the very beginning of Bono's video, my wife finds the same image. Just look at it. Just look at it. So here's my wife. I'm married to her. We're separated. At the moment, I love her more than anybody on the planet besides God. That's why we're separated. And I have to let her go. Even though we live together, but I have to let her go. The serpent race is a race that's more subtle because the serpent is in the garden. Mary even believed that Jesus was the gardener, so apparently he must have been tilling the land somewhere, like Cain. And the writing is right there. It's right there. Me and my wife went into this room. You see Jesus' hand right there? He's etching it, but first he was down. When I flipped him up, Bono, once the phone flipped, Bono's hands were tied. Because the seat was just at some point, she was going to realize who she is in this scenario, because I already know who I am in this scenario. Yikes. 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 I'm aware that there's some people that are freaked the fuck out because you're part of the other side that's secret, and I'm showing you secrets. I even tell my wife, I reveal her secrets. I don't want to lose her. However, if the serpent is more subtle than any other field of the beast, and anything, you know, women nature is one way of looking at Eve, Adam and Eve, is Eve was beguiled by the serpent, and she partook of the fruit of the serpent because it was pleasant to the eye. My channel is 18 and above, so nobody 17 years and under, 18 years and under can watch my video. So let's just be realistic here. The serpent race is trying to take my wife away from me because I'm just somebody that tends the sheep. I'm just a little shepherd boy tending the sheep. I'm no serpent. Although, the other frightening thing for those of you that are part of the race, you're going to see that I have a baby picture. My hand is a serpent. And it's clearly a green serpent. Not that my hand is actually a serpent, because unless I've been healed. But that's a serpent. Right there. Yep. It's a serpent arm. It's green-ish. See the mouth? And the eyeball. Right there. Oh. Jesus is writing on the wall. Wait a minute, let me get a close-up. Because... No, back here. There you go. It's either like serpent, crocodile, reptilian. If you look closer, the eye is right about there. So he's writing on the wall. I mean on the ground, the line in the sand with this serpent hand. He's doing it. And then, because Mary's being, in this picture, the ones that are committing adultery with Mary are the ones saying, "Good teacher, we caught this woman in the middle of adultery. What do you say?"
Everybody knows that I love Jesus, so I wanted to sing a song from the album that you love. Okay? Know that God loves you. He's not mad at you.
Me and my wife, July 10th. Johnny O.
Well, I wanted to share, I just finished doing my brand new album. And,
Red Bravo, his friend Bravo, and Red Robin, 2 or 3 or more. What was that? John Quentin Wise was saying something about that.
I'm gonna do a new single right now. Everybody knows that I love Jesus, so I wanted to sing a song from the album that you love. Okay? Know that God loves you. He's not mad at you. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to share some.
He wants to share something with you. That's an S for serpent. That's my wife's hand. Her beautiful, long, skinny piano fingers with a white tip pointing at the show notes. As we're getting ready to look at the picture of Mary being accused of committing adultery in the very act. However, they didn't bring the man there. They brought Mary to Jesus when they were supposed to bring her to her husband, because the custom was, if a woman's caught in adultery, well, they bring her to her husband. The husband decides whether or not she should be stoned to death or forgiven. So obviously Mary's forgiven. She's told to sin no more at that moment. When that realization kicks in, obviously that's also something else that looks like yeah, has that look to it. You can say it has that look. Does that look to it? Or... because it's all about the serpent's, it's just all about the serpent. That's what it's all about. Serpent race.
In America, too many kids go hungry every day. What if your next meal could help provide 10 meals?
You know, she could be talking about that meal too, but... it's hard to find see the title. It's in the, you can see it. Content. Oh, pointing. Trying to figure out where I'm at. Pointing. You'll notice everything's so identical with the blue smoke cloud running through both videos. So at first, Jesus is writing on the ground in the sand to Mary's accusers. Then he gets flipped right side up to stand up, like that tree that stands. I think it's a separate, I haven't researched it. The tree that stands up, which represents Christ rising. Rising, writing on the wall, many, many tekel aparsin. Last moment you seen Bono, he was leaning on the ground, right? This is room 100. What did Jonathan Kleck say? Turn everything upside down. 100% no lying. Doesn't make sense. Let's see if this makes sense. Because the woman had 5 husbands. 5 G's. His hands are now tied after 1 split second ago. He was leaning to the side, strolling just like Jesus was. His hands are tied because he's busted. Satan's busted. The whole kingdom's busted. Because of this day right here. This day on my wife's birthday, as she was the one pointing out the show notes and the picture of Jesus writing on the ground at first, as they accuse Mary, she's pointing out the picture that Jesus is writing on the ground. Then he is flipped upright in order to write on the wall. And then Bono's hands are tied shortly after that. And then to top it off, there's the line, there's a line. There's turquoise floor all the way through. There's turquoise floor all the way through at the same exact time. So Jesus was writing in the sand. Calling out the serpents. Doing the tail for the back. But I'm going to show you the misconception, because here's where Mary thought Jesus was the gardener. Here's where Mary thought Jesus was the gardener. So she starts down at basically the ground, right? Fallen angel. What is a fallen angel? So she's like basically right here, right? She's on the ground, and then so she starts looking right here. This is why I believe Mary thought Jesus was the gardener. She sure is taking her time looking up, is she not? His robe is kind of open. See, the thing is, Christ is not in the Oval Office that's free to enter, where you can be together again. 666. That mark of the beast, well, they're brute beast meant to be destroyed in this day here, because they're fallen angel, Nephilim, serpent, reptilian, mingling their seed with alien technology, and they're not meant, those angels aren't meant to fall and have sex with human women, because they're too big. They're brute beasts meant to be destroyed for this time, and God's going to rip them out of their arms, give their wives to others, because whether you're married, like let's say my wife is married to somebody else before me and was part of Gangstar Corporation and was sent my direction, and then was already somebody's wife like Solomon or something had concubines, but the problem God had with that was that you weren't supposed to have so many wives like that. So if that's the connection that I'm leaning towards, that's why God gives wives over to others, because the ones that are faithful. So she's looking at Jesus like that's in his robe, like Jezebel. No, honey, that's the Antichrist. That's not. Jesus is like, that's not me, honey. That's the Antichrist. So Jesus had to deal with the serpent race. I mean, go figure. Go figure. You would have a serpent coming out of the sea. With a long tongue striking. But when you separate it here, this serpent portion is wearing a crown on its head. And when you turn that up, it looks like John McClane. Alright, looks like Johnny. That's why I drew a picture of him. So if Mary thought Jesus was the gardener, then she would have thought that he was the serpent in the garden. I've concluded, until I am either corrected or confirmed. And that's why, because the serpent race, it's all about that. The world revolves around it. Crazy similarity, ain't it? How similar is that to my own hand, just flipped in another direction? And I consider I'm the one that went in an art museum and recorded this. Facing China. What does he do? He turns his face, so he can face China. And have the same type of, just basically a shoulder that has a longer projectile as he is facing China. White table, white snow. White table. All at the same time, at the exact same second, I'm playing the same song, same video, walking through the art museum. White theme, snow, triangle, tree, face, double face, two face, tree, type of a triangle look, triangle. Here we get these little guys over here, little trees. I think they're people, who knows? They all look the same. Here comes the double face. It's the P, because I'm getting ready to show you a blood red Philly shirt, and as he says, a blood red sky. Then he's going to talk about black and white, and then my screen's going to flip from black to white all in a row. Because that's how I feel about it now with my wife, because I know, number one, she's healed from relying on me, even though she didn't stop relying on other, serpents. That's why I'm looking past the tree forest. I can see over and beyond, because it's even written. It's already written. That stopped arguments between me and her for the past 6 months. However, look, Robin. Robin, look. Oh, yeah? Which one of you serpents aren't part of it? Huh? Which one of yous aren't part of it? New Year. I just happened to point at an ear New Year's playing at 13 minutes in for the first time in my life. And that Bono's going to have a double face just like the guy on the left. Starting there. One way, the other way, straight at you, sideways. Alright, so you're saying I will be with you again. However, it's my wife's long piano fingers that are being shown as she's turning the page on a green reptilian book. A green at the top, golden style. Not sure what the name of it is. I thought it was the Devil's Atlas. But Bono's singing about what I've learned is when my eyes make a circle, you're just watching, making songs and videos about what my eyes are seeing and showing. So basically, I'm singing to my wife in these songs in the art museum through Bono's voice. And to prove that in the end, here's what Bono's gonna do out front of my house, right before I give my wife her final decision to either stay or go. So here's how I see it. I give her a final decision in the end. When Bono is sitting on my steps, singing this last song.
Every breaking wave on the shore tells the next one there'll be one more.
See this bald-headed guy here? You see this woman right with him? It's almost like that's their house. And Bono is singing. So you know where my heart is, because it's the same place that yours has been. It's only fair for Bono to finally give my wife her present. Maybe it takes a year. Maybe it happens 2024, 3/23, 2024. Because everything that I've done in the art museum is everything Bono recorded of mine, from a door that was opened into a different dimension of time. And that's what I've been dealing with, knowing it's true. Proving it beyond a shadow of a doubt to those of you with the eyes that are seeing it, and the ones that know exactly what it is because you're from that other dimension, another world, another planet. It's doing the same thing, or something that it's doing the exact same thing that I had already done. That's how you can know ahead of time, even as a sorcerer. So this would be my final song to my wife Jules when it's public. And I let her go. I know people are part of certain organizations that attack me one way or another. And they did no different to Jesus and Mary.
Every breaking way.
Let's watch my wife turn the page. But first, let's watch the shadows go in the same direction at the same exact time. To create this image coming up here, where he even winks the eye, right here. He even winks his eye. Because the face and the nose area, because the eye, he has one eye there, this one, and the face and the nose area, and the bird behind him, right here with the eye, and the bird behind him, eye, and he winks. Right there. That's the devil's atlas. You'll notice right here. Not only that though, this female here looks like she has something really large protruding out of that area. Right? Because her arms are right here. And she's really holding on to something very large. However, that's just like that. It's just get out of here. And then look, I turned a book. I believe that was me. top it off, Bono's gonna sing just like the dragon as he's looking up at my video from 30 years ago. I mean, 30 years in the future. So right now he's watching my video right there. He wants to make sure he gets his arm to swing out. But first you're gonna show this female, but is really the old lady with the dragon skin. The same dragon skin that I showed you in my video. There she is, same dragon. And then there he goes. He's going to open up his mouth and he's going to swing his arm just like that to match the dragon because he's watching. You can see he's watching my video clearly. Look at his eyes. He's like looking at it. There you go. There you go. That's a perfect match. It is only fair, Bono, that you sing at my house that you guys built for me and my wife, and you sing her that song at the very end. She can make her decision at that moment, but she's going to know that I created it out of the thin air, and I made it happen. And everybody else who is trying to bring down someone that has a, you know, the mind is damaged but the heart is good, well, and she even has the same kneecaps as the line shown with the head there, just to show you direction. Because Bono threw the microphone, which is a sword, which is right behind that, the red and blue. He threw that microphone sword. You're going to see him looking that direction in a split second. Because you're seeing the rope behind it, and then you're seeing the rope, seeing all this rope squiggly stuff. You're seeing a rope here. He's acting, so far he's acting like he didn't throw it over there because he's going to wait until the last minute. Right there. There he goes. Now he's looking where he threw it up on the countertop. He's like, looking at it. Did I make it? Make it? Yep, made it. And then the building appears on the book. The dark building, the tall building, it appears in the book, and then it appears in Bono's video from like 30 years ago. It just appears out of nowhere. And then I'm going to touch the book, and then you're going to see sunshine, and then let God create man in his own image. Not only that, his head is going to be the shadow in my video. There's the building. There's the touch of the book. Comes the light. Like God said, let there be light. Then he created man in his own image. After that, there goes his head, the shadow. After God said, let there be light. And then the direction of the book. So there's the two books. With the East link. See how it's like, looks like it's two books. After the building. after the light, after the creation of man. If I can create man and I'm my own image, that'd be great. There's the books. And then the direction. Once my direction stops, his direction is going to go. Someone's going to walk over there to give you a directional. I'm going back this way. They stopped their video. Some guy's walking in that direction. Because it's all about directional. That little girl looks like a little guy, whatever, sitting there. Maybe it's a little picture up at the top left-hand corner. Not sure. Skull and bones. You can see what's in this woman's. In this picture alone. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? This looks like a female. Just has the. She has a petite body. You can see her hips coming out like that. But right here in the middle, there's like a bone. So that bone just reminds me of this bone. I just caught that too. I'm just seeing that for the first time. Wow, it's part of the skeleton bones. Of course it is. It's a boner. And what do you think William Penn's standing on top of the City Hall, facing in the direction behind, looking at New York, the Statue of Liberty. Yep. Wow, look at that. That's definitely a female. It's definitely something in her hand. It's right here, the arm, and then in the hand itself. Protruding down here, you can see her long, skinny fingers, her hip bone. I'd have to conclude it's a female. And even the page itself. You got to remember, this is non-stop. One frame after another, after another, after another, after another for 17 minutes straight. Everything's lining up in just perfection of whatever, however, can't explain how so far, but I can just show you that it is. Triangle, white, the wooder is clear inside, so you got the white page inside. And then, so that appears out of nowhere, the shadow in Bono's video from 30 years ago. Lining up with the shadow of the image that I have. So if you think that it's a coincidence, again, Derek Rose said there are no such things as any of it, as he's showing you the Philadelphia Art Museum similarity after I showed a tremendous amount of evidence that U2 used my footage somehow from the future 30 years ago. On my wife's birthday, and she hasn't gotten her birthday present yet. So now it's directional, the shadows. going in the same direction. And then the same image of the face with the eye winking, the bird behind him. There she goes again. There she goes with the bone in the hand. What else could it be? Because it's up in the stomach area. It's all the way up, which means it would be inside of the stomach. And then because of the serpent race, it would be, you know, that. And then not only that, she's showing that, and then there's this, like it's up, and then what's going on here in between the legs of a female, and her arms are like having a tough time holding on to something. Now here's the last thing my wife needs to do with the Devil's Atlas. But she doesn't truly know yet. Obviously it's all gonna happen. Here even comes the boat image shadow in my video. Because the barcode has showed it, and then coming up next, that lines up with the next video after our commercial. So here comes the boat shadow. Here comes the boat shadow. It's like a pointy, has like a pointy nose to it, coming down. And then the boat shadow with the pointy edge to it coming down. The reason why they showed a boat in their video 30 years ago is because I had an image that looked like a boat shadow in my video this year. Guess how much the book cost? 30 shekels, $29.95. Go figure, the Devil's Atlas would cost 30 bucks. So then I'll just leave with this.
The restrooms are a mile away.
Wow, this is the second deja vu in a row, the same video. I already showed this before. Years ago, October 9th, 2018, I met my wife on April 5th, 2009 over the phone. I didn't meet her until about a week later. But on 4/5/2009, I met my wife 14 years ago. And ever since this song was written, every word to the T lines up perfectly as if the song just ended and last week I sung it. It goes like this.
Left my baby girl a message saying I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone. She doesn't fully understand me, 'cause I'd rather leave than to cheat. If she give me some time, I can be the man she needs. But there's a lot of lust inside of me, and we've been together since our teenage years. I really don't mean to hurt her, but I need some time to be alone. But when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be, where I wanna be. Oh, sweetie doo dee doo dee dee. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. Oh no, no. Never did I imagine that you would play a major part in a decision that's so hard. Do I leave? Do I stay? Do I go? Well, think about my life and what matters to me the most. Girl, the love that we share is real, but in time your heart will heal. I'm not saying I'm gone, but I have to find what life is like without you. But when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be, where I wanna be. Sweet little dee 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 dee. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. Say when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? And I